God. Shebebriya, of creating, yesh mi'ayin, something from nothing, who is koach, a power, na'aleh, which is higher, yoter, more. The level of godliness that creates the world is a higher level of godliness that took us out of Egypt. It's higher godliness to create the world. Kiyadua, as is known. Shebriya, the creating. Yesh mi'ayin, something from nothing. He is rak, only. Bekoach, this word is koach. See, it looks, see the page must have gotten folded over or something, so it looks like a Zion or something. Hu rak bekoach is only in the power ha'atzmus of the essence of God. Shemitziuto, that God, this is the level of God where mitziuto, his existence, atzmuso, comes from himself. What is the Rebbe saying? Look, you have God creates the world. What does it mean he creates the world? The standard question, right? The standard high school question. God creates the world. Yeah. Well, who creates God? Right? That's what everybody asks. Right? God creates the world. God creates the heavens. He creates the spirits. He creates this. Yes. Teacher, yes. Well, who creates God? Good question. It's a pretty good question. Who creates God? So what's the answer? No. God cannot be created. God doesn't make sense. What do we do? It's just like, making up your own rules. Right? It's like making up your own rules. You're playing baseball, and you turn around and you hit the catcher on the head, the bat, and say, I won. So that's perfect. No, I made up my own rules. Same thing, I'm making up my own rules. Right? We believe in God. God creates the world, and nobody creates God. That's it. That doesn't make any sense. You can't just do that. Right? Nothing creates itself. If you want to say that something can create itself, so say the world creates itself. Right? Why do you have to say God creates itself? How did you answer the questions with it? So he said, no. What's the answer? You with me, Mr. Smith? You with me? We're saying the existence of God is not like any other existence at all. Every other existence in the world is a relative existence. It's a created existence. It's related to something else. Everything, right? This angel, Michael, is not this other angel. Everything has a limit, a definition. The source of all being, is God. In other words, God doesn't really exist in that sense. Anything that we think exists has a limit, a definition. And God creates all existence. That's God's name. God's name, Yud, and then Hey Vav Hey. Hey Vav Hey means Hoveh, to be. Right? We had that in the last Maamar. We did, remember about Abraham? God, that is the God of the Jews. The God of the Jews is the God that creates everything. He is the source of all creation. That's the God of the Jews. But without God, there cannot be any creation. There cannot be any existence. That's how Rambam starts off this whole thing. God, everything depends on God. In other words, God's existence is not a defined existence. It's not in any way limited existence. God's existence is the source of all existence. The only way there can be such a thing as existence as we know it is because God created it. So if so, where does existence come from? It comes from God's essence. It comes from a level of God which is totally above existence. It comes from a level of God which is totally above creation. He is the creator. You get it? Get it? This is belief. This is faith. This is the thing you have to have faith in. You cannot know this. You can't perceive this. This is the Jewish faith. Believe that there's a God that creates everything from absolutely nothing. And that this God is primal to everything, and that everything that exists in the world is really nothing. It's really nothing. And God is creating it every single second. So what is this level of God that's creating everything? This is called the essence of God. Tremendously essence, the highest possible level, if you want to call it, of God. What about the level of God that took us out of Egypt? Also very high, but not so high like this. Not so high. The level of God that took us out of Egypt, that's just rearranging. He just rearranged things, right? He just rearranged. He took us and he put us in the place of the Egyptians. That's why he took us out. Listen, you're right. He doesn't have to create it. God doesn't have to do anything. But in the Tanya, in Shar Yechad Ve'emuna, what? No, God doesn't have to. God could have created the world and just let the world coast, right? Huh? Self-sustained. God could have created the world that way. It could be self-sustained, yes, 100%. There's also another thing. It could be that God didn't create the world at all. The world just was always here. Always was here. It was never created. Just always existed. That's what the Greeks and these people, Spinoza and these guys. The world was just always here. There was something always here. It just always was. The same way as if you look up in the sky, you can't imagine what the end is. So the same thing with time. There's no beginning of time. Time just goes on, right? Then there's all these philosophers. Everything's just a dream. Everything's just an image. But the faith of the Jewish people is that it's not so. And the Alter Rebbe explains this faith even a little bit more deeply. If you really say that God at one period, at one point, created the world, right? And it was 20 billion years ago. It's about 50 billion years ago, right? The Lubavitcher Rebbe says, if you're going to say it was 20 billion years ago, God created the world. So if he created the world, so what difference does it make if it was 20 billion years ago or if it was 5,000 years ago? The Bible says it was 5,000 years ago, exactly. The creation was exactly 7 days. And Jewish people, they count their documents on the date of the creation of the world. So if we say that every day was really 1,000,000 years, so we're wrong if we say from the creation of the world, right? It really wasn't. The world was not created. This is not the year 5,772. It's not, because God, to create the world, every day was 1,000,000 years. So it should be, 7,500,000. Like the joke about the person who goes into the museum, and the guide says, now here's this is a dinosaur that 200,000,003 years old. There's 200,000,003. What do you mean 200,000,003? So because 3 years ago it was 200,000,000 years old. That's when I started working. It was 200. So now it's 3 years older. It's the same thing. Same thing with the world. The world is 5,007. It's not really 5,772. It's really 20,000,000,5,772 years old. That doesn't make any sense because, right? But faith, I'm telling you, this is Jewish faith. We believe that God created the world. At one point, we say 5,700 as of this minute, 5,772 and a half years ago he created the world. What did he create the world from? Nothing. What? Because in the Torah, it's all, you look at the dates of all the ages of everybody, how they overlap, right? There's a book called Our People. It's written over there. Know exactly how much time there was, according to the Torah, how much time there was until King Solomon built the first temple. And we know how long the first temple lasted, and how long the Jews were in exile, how long the second temple lasted, and from that it's just regular history. Right? It's documented history. What happened from that time. So we know exactly how long it was. Right? The Torah, as far as I know, is the most documented book in the world. The Jewish people, millions of people accept this book, and they've been passing it down from generation to generation. There's all sorts of wise guys that say no, it was made up. It's not really so. Erev Pesach, I was driving in my car. We were driving in my car to go to someplace where we spent Pesach. Right? We went. So we listened to the radio. So there was some guy on the radio saying, "Oh, there's no recording of whatsoever in Sanskrit or the cuneiform or any of the Phoenician writings or any writings whatsoever that there ever was such a thing as Egypt or going out of Egypt." So he said, "So, Professor, are you saying that there was no going out of Egypt?" He said, "No, of course not. Certainly there wasn't. At that time, the Egyptians ruled over the whole world. So the Jews did not go out of Egypt. Rather, the Egyptians left Israel. The Egyptians were left Israel, and in fact, one of the names of the gods of the Jews was Egypt. And all these things he just made up, and he had all sorts of, said documentation, his ideas. He found the word over there. I mean, you have the Torah. The Torah is written. Right? What happened? But if you don't want to accept the Torah, so okay, you don't have to accept the Torah. Accept whatever you want to. But the Torah claims that it's been passed down from generation to generation nonstop by millions of people, right? In this Torah, it says that God created the world from nothing. So if so, the basic building block of creation is nothing. So everything is made not of atoms or quarks or spirit or whatever. Everything is made of nothing. So if you take 20 million nothings, you've got nothing. It's like a check with 70 zeros on it. And you're not going to be happy. You got nothing. Well, you have nothing, right? You got a check. It's a certified check. It's a certified check. Look at this, 25 zeros. But I don't understand, where's the one over there? There's the one. One. What's the big deal about one? You have all these zeros, right? If the whole world is just zeros, so there's nothing here. So how is it? The answer is that God is creating it every single second, bringing this zero into one constantly. That's what we believe, right? This, on the other hand, is really, this is not the point for this mimer, but this is really true faith because it goes totally against human feeling. If you want to say God created the world 5,000 years ago and God took us out of Egypt, could be. I believe it. I believe it. But you want to say, believe that God is creating you right now. I don't feel this. I don't have to believe anything. I know for sure it's not so. It's not true. I don't feel anything is creating me, right? If God took us out of Egypt, could be that it happened, could be not, right? If I was there, I could experience it. But you're trying to tell me right now God is creating me. I don't experience anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about, right? That's called faith. That's called true emunah. True emunah is faith. It's like totally above and beyond and even against human understanding. Human understanding. So that's the idea that God is creating the world. That comes from God's essence. Not only does it come from God's essence, the Rebbe is going to say, but it's a constant miracle. It's happening all the time that God is creating the heavens and the earth. It's more relevant to us now. The first of the 10 commandments should have been, I am God that creates the heavens and the earth. It comes from a higher level of godliness, and it's also a constant miracle. We'll see. Look. First of all, it comes from God's essence. The Yesh Lomer, we can say, Zeh, that this, Shemetzios, that the existence, the Yesh Nivra, that the fact that the creation of the Yesh Nivra, that this physical world, he is Messias and Nithis, is a true existence. Right? The world is to a lot of the scientists and philosophers and these, they say the world doesn't really exist. Especially the Eastern philosophies are really big on this. They say, again, look, do it from the parentheses. Let's do each word. The Yesh Lomar, and there is to say, the Zeh, that this, the fact, Shehametzius, that the existence, the Yesh Anivra of this created world, he is Metziut and Mitit, a true existence, right? That the world is not a fantasy or an image or a whatever is an illusion, that this world really does exist. Who is Mipenei, because Shehit Havuto, that its being. He is Mi Ha'atzmus, from the essence of God. The essence of God is Yesh Ha'emiti, the true existence. Yes, it's true the world is, yes, very illusionary. And yes, it's true that the world is a big fake out and the world makes us do sins and the world can drive us crazy. But the fact is that God is creating the world. He's not creating the world in order to, that it's a big illusion and we have to get out. That's all these Eastern religions say. The world really exists and the world is important and the world is real. And God wants us to be in the world and he wants us to change the world. And he wants us to improve the world. Right? And that we're going to see that this world is the real true existence and the raising of the dead. It says all the souls are going to come to this world. Why is this world so important? Because this world comes from the essence of God. The physical world comes from the essence of God. Yes, God is creating it every second. Yes, it's made from nothing. But why does God create it every second? Why does he bring it from nothing to something? Why? Because it's important to God. The world is important to Hashem. And that's all these books, Kabbalah, that's what they're really talking about. Right? How God creates the world, what happens when we do a commandment, what happens in the upper worlds, how this world is more important than the upper worlds. First of all, you have to know something about the upper worlds. So you learn about the upper worlds, and then you can understand as important as there, this world is more important. Because this world comes from God's essence. If so, lama, why? Omer does it say, quote, Asher that, Hotzeiticha, that took you out, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, from the land of Egypt. The Lecheora, that at first glance, Hova, last line of this is mine, Hova Leila Maamar should have said, quote, Asher, that, Barati Shamayim Boretz. The first of the Ten Commandments should be, I am God that created the heavens and the earth. That's the question. And then the next paragraph, the Rebbe is going to say this thing about, and not only is it a bigger miracle creating heavens and the earth, but it's also a constant miracle. It's happening all the time. So it's more relevant to us. Why does God start the Ten Commandments with a smaller miracle and an only one-time miracle of going out of Egypt? Why doesn't he start the Torah with, I am God that? And in the earth. I'm going to find out tomorrow, God willing. Thank you for coming to class.